I'll never forget the day my entire world shattered. I came home from work early, feeling good because I thought maybe I'd catch a little quiet time before my husband got home. But when I pulled into the driveway, I noticed my sister's car. At first, I thought maybe she was just dropping off some food from her job like she sometimes did. I walked inside and froze. Right there, in my kitchen. The kitchen I had saved for, designed, and poured my heart into, were my husband and my sister. Naked. Together. I couldn't move. If I moved, it would become real. My sister. My only family. My husband. My partner. The two people I trusted most in the world. Together? Like that? The moment it registered, I turned and walked out. I got in my car, and I just drove. I didn't know for how long. I just needed to be away. Hours later, I ended up in a hotel. I cried until I couldn't anymore. You have to understand, I don't have parents to lean on. My sister and I cut contact with our abusive parents years ago. She was my family, and he was supposed to be my other half. In one moment, they both betrayed me. I blocked them. I didn't want to hear excuses, or it's not what it looks like, or anything like that. But in the middle of the night, I felt this crushing loneliness. The only two people I'd call in a crisis were the ones I needed to talk about. So I sat in that hotel room, completely broken. The next morning, I knew I had to pull myself together. I reached out to a close friend who offered me her spare room. She spent her day off helping me start sorting out my finances, calling a lawyer, and just being there. That kindness kept me afloat. And sure enough, when I finally unblocked my phone, there were all the messages I expected from him. I'm sorry. It's not what it looks like. Please come home. I love you. And from my sister. Excuses that sounded eerily like the ones our father used to make. She told me it just happened, that it started back in July when I went on a girls' trip. One time turned into two, into whenever they could sneak around. Hearing that shattered me all over again. She was supposed to have my back. She was supposed to be different from the parents we both walked away from. But she chose to repeat the cycle. And then, just when I thought it couldn't get worse, my mother, the same woman I hadn't spoken to in 7 years, the woman who beat me as a child, called me out of the blue. My sister had run to her, and my mother told me this betrayal was what I deserved for taking her daughter away. That was the moment I realized I had truly lost all of my blood family. The weeks that followed were some of the hardest of my life. My ex's parents had bought the house we lived in, so I let it go. I didn't even want it anymore. All I asked for was to be reimbursed for the kitchen I had poured my love into. My sister harassed me at work for a while, but eventually she stopped when I threatened to involve the police. 9 months later, I was still untangling the mess. I started therapy, I got promoted at work, and I moved into my own apartment. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I could breathe again. I even went on a couple of girls' trips. This time as a single woman, and I started seeing someone new who treated me with kindness and respect. And now, 2 years later, I can say it's finally over. I'm officially divorced. I've bought my own house, I've built a new kitchen that I love, and I have people around me who treat me like real family. Friends who love me, a partner who respects me, and a job that values me. As for my ex and my sister, they're gone from my life. My biological family is gone too. And you know what? That's okay. Because I'm living proof that even after the worst betrayal, you can rebuild. You can stand tall again. These days, I wake up in my own home, sip coffee in my new kitchen, and I feel proud. I didn't just survive. I built a life I'm genuinely happy in.